Hi again. I'm back for part 3. I almost put 4. 3 of the fangirl rant slash book review. And if the first thing you noticed is that my hair is kind of draped off my head like a piece of roadkill that I draped on my head, it's because it's too darn hot outside. And if you get the reference, look to Cole Porter, or know who Cole Porter is, you get 10 points to Slytherin. Yep. So I put it up in this kind of thing, bun, ponytail mess, the back of my head, and because it looked like a poodle that got in a bar fight when I came inside. Sun is not a friend to thin, wavy-ish hair. Or heat. Sun causes heat. I don't like the sun. It burns my skin. Anyway. So, I'll start with Geektastic, Stories from the Nerd Herd, by Holly, well, it's edited by Holly Black, and I'm going to say this wrong, Cecile Castellucci, I think? I don't know. Oh, you can really see my braces in this. Ready? Yeah, unnecessary things. Showing you my hair, my braces. Because you care about that, right? Anyway. Yeah, this rant is going to be as incoherent as the first one. Maybe even more. Yay, you don't know. Take a gamble and watch this, or don't. So, Geektastic is fantastic. It's Stories from the Nerd Herd is right because it's stories for the nerd herd, which I am definitely a part of. So it's awesome, mostly YA authors with short stories about people in various nerd herds. So they've got your fan fiction writers, artists, cosplayers, video game players, computer game players, D&D players, computer nerds, theater geeks, did I say that? I don't know. And short stories about them, and they're awesome. Some are funny, some are bittersweet, mostly funny though. And it's just so good, and it's such a fast read because it's a short stories, you know. And a lot of them that's what I hate about short stories. I just want to read more when I'm done. But in between each story, there's one that kind of says something about the geek people. So here's one for band geeks, or sorry, like a comic strip, one about band geeks. And they're really funny, and they're alternately done by the guy who did the Scott Pilgrim graphic novels, and then someone else, I don't know who she is, but she's good at them. They're funny. So yeah, they're really good. Some of them are kind of graphic and involve adult language, but I'm sure you are all big boys and girls. Handle it. I know it's true. I'm sorry about my sentences today. Apparently I can't speak. I thought I could, you know? I've always been like, oh, I'm totally literate, but apparently not with my words. And then it counts as literacy. I'm just gonna stop talking. But if I stop talking, I won't be able to review books, so I'll keep talking. Oh look, nearly 4 minutes, and I'm sure 2 minutes of that have been me rambling. But that's what happens in fangirl rants, I'm sorry. So Geektastic, read it and fan out your fandoms. Yes, and so before the book came out a few years ago, Scott Westerfeld posted on his blog the picture of him on the cover, because that's all the authors who contributed. I know that's Cassandra Clare, who writes Mortal Instruments. Can't remember who other people are. Oh my god, can't talk. Anyway, Scott Westerfeld posted this on his blog, the picture of him. Oh, out of screen. Oh my god. That one. He posted that on his blog a few months before it came out. I love it. It's so awesome. And he's wearing cyberpunk glasses, and I want to steal them and wear them. Only they're tiny. They'd probably look like a freckle on my face. Put them here. You won't see my eyes. I hate looking into this and talking because it's like a mirror and you don't know which is, like, I think I'm pointing here, but it's not. It's like stage left, stage right. Focus on books. Alright. Next one Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. I love the cover, and that's mostly why I bought it, which is terrible. But I guess I judged a book on its cover, but in a good way, so maybe it's not. I've been into the whole Fallen Angels things. I read Fallen a few weeks ago by Lauren Kate, or Kate Lauren, I think Lauren Kate. And I guess people are trying to get Fallen Angels as the new vampire, or whatever, which I don't know if that'll work. Because to me the new vampire will always be zombies, because I love zombies. I love zombies. Next rant, I'll review a zombie book, because zombies are cool. So anyway, Hush Hush, I believe this is meant to be Patch. Look at those bloody wings, that's attractive. And so the main character of this book is a girl named Nora, and she gets put together with this angry guy, Patch, lab partners. And I guess the one thing that bugged me about this is that I guess most books, when you get like the paranormal, romancy stuff, people try to base them off Twilight, which annoys me so much. Like, ugh. That's why I like these books like The Hunger Games and stuff, where it's just like badass chicks, 'cause those are cool, right? We need some strong heroines saving the day and hooking up with angsty guys, because that's good too. So anyway, Patch is a asshole for the longest time, but he's also a good guy. And so it's mostly a romance. It's one of those like all girls love bad boys thing, but in a good way. Like, I really liked it. And Patch, even though he was a major ass many times throughout the book, I just wanted to give him a hug. Like, ugh. Like, there are those guys in books. Why can't angsty book boys be real? Oh my god. It's finally happening. I'm turning into a real life fangirl. More than I already was. Soon they'll be after me with their nets. No! They should have a jail for fangirls. All those Twilight girls locked up in one. Feed them their slots. I've talked about this with people before. Anyway. This is terrible. So, it was good. It was good. It was angsty. It was good despite that. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I really liked the characters. Like Nora. I thought she was really interesting and really different than normal main protagonists of YA fiction. I'm gonna put this down because apparently I can't talk about it without rambling. So, you may remember last time I talked about the Demon's Lexicon. Well, since then I've read the Demon's Covenant, which I thought was way better. I'm definitely gonna rant about this, whether you like it or not. So, Demon's Covenant. So the first book, it's all third-person narration, but the first book, the narrator was Nick, and in the four main characters are Nick, Alan, May, and Jamie. In this one, although the character Sin is on the front cover, the narrator was May, and I love May. May is so cool. So, she spends most of the first book taking care of her younger brother Jamie. He's only younger by a year, but whatever. She's 17. Out of the four main characters, she's the only one who can't really do any magic, although she's got these dancing skills that can help call up demons, but not really magic. It just happens that she's a good dancer. So she's so badass. Like I was saying before, that I want to see badass heroines. I guess that's why I like her. So her hair is pink. She wears shirts that quote Mae West. Like, I used to be Snow White, but I drifted. Genius. And like corsets and awesome stuff, and my chair is squeaking. And so, yeah, and she has feelings for Nick, who at the end of the first book, we discovered a huge secret about that he didn't even know, but I'm not going to say it because that's a huge spoiler. That's what I love about these books. At the end, there's a huge twist. So in this one, they kind of, because of what happened at the end of the last book, which I still won't say, that's what most of Demon's Covenant revolves around. And it's mostly the four characters trying to pick up the pieces after what happened. May is kind of torn between wanting to live a normal life and going back to the magic of the other world. And it's just awesome. And I love that the author, Sarah Rees Brennan, manages to like create such twists. I wish I could do that with my writing. Like, and you don't expect it. I love that. Like some twists in books, you can see it a mile away. Oh, my computer's running out of battery. I should get the plug. Ha. You can see twists coming a mile away, but not in this. No. And I just love these books. And as I said in the other rant, I don't know why, but I had the first book for ages and I never read it, and I devoured it once I got it. So I like that May both looks and acts differently than most protagonists of the female variety. And even though, yes, there's kind of a love triangle, it's not really, or more of a square, I guess. But it's not really, maybe a quad shape. What's the word for a quad? I don't know. Quadrilateral? I don't know. Geometry, math. But it's not, the quad love thing is not exactly central to the plot. And when it is, it's mostly because, like, oh, you're a magician? You're a magician. No, you're a magician. Yeah, that makes sense. And at the end, there is a twist, but it's also built up of, like, what do they call in TV tropes? 30 Xanatus pile up. I know that. When it's like, well, this happened, but it's only because I planned it. Well, that happened, but it's because I planned that you'd planned that. Well, that happened because I planned that you'd planned that he'd planned that. It was awesome! And at the end, there was also, like, it was sad, though, because, like, in the first book, it was like, crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. And in this one, the end was more like, crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Oh my god, I want to go cry because that happened. Oh, it was so good. And like I said about in Hush Hush, it's just Hush Hush is the first book in a series. I forgot to say, and I've only read the first one. The second one is out. I haven't read that one yet, and I think the third one comes out in a few months. Back to this, and so Nick, one of the characters, like I said about Patch, I just want to hug him and say, Nick, you don't have to be an angsty guy all the time. Well, he kind of does, but, you know. He needs a hug. Oh, he'd probably pull a knife on me if I hugged him, but whatever. So, the next book, which is the third book, comes out next month, and I'm so excited. And it's gonna be a third-person narration of Sin, even though Alan's on the cover. The only one that the British covers are different. Sarah Rees Brennan is British, and the books take place in England. But so in the UK covers, the front cover of the first book has Nick, same with the ones in North America. But the front cover of the second book has May, like it should, but here it has Sin. The next book, the third book, is going to be narrated by Sin, and that one in the UK does have Sin on the cover, but here it has Alan. I don't understand. Anyway, so the third book will be narrated by Sin. It's called The Demon's Surrender and comes out next month, and I'm very excited for that because just the way things ended in the second book, it's cliffhanger, and I love cliffhangers unless it ends a series with a cliffhanger. I hate that, but so I'm excited, but I'm not sure how I feel about Sin's narration. I guess I don't really know much about her. She's an important character. She's this beautiful dancer at the Goblin Market, they call it, but it's mostly so regular people who have been cursed by demons can go and remove the curse. But they sell magic things like lights and swords, etc. And Sin is a dancer there who's able to call up demons who will remove curses and such. And it looks like she had a past relationship with Nick, maybe has feelings for Alan, and even she and May had like a little bit of sexual tension. May had a pretty obvious little girl crush on her. But yeah, so she's this beautiful dancer, and it'll be interesting, I guess, from her perspective. But I really liked May's perspective, and I'd be sad to leave that behind. Alright, I guess that's enough ranting for now. Probably sick of it. So I'll maybe post another video in a bit. Tell me what you think, if I should. And I guess if you have suggestions for YA books, I've probably read them. So yeah, I'll hope you enjoyed this, and I shall see you later, or you'll see me later. I'm speaking great in this video. Very eloquently worded, all my sentences. Oh my gosh. Alright, on that note, bye.